Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gentleman. I'm Topher and I started this channel because I'm a fan of craft beer, but I'm also on a limited budget. And I wanted to demonstrate it was possible to enjoy good quality beers without having to break the bank. So I'm always looking for the best deals on craft beer, and I think I found a pretty good one today. $2.49 is what I paid for a 12-ounce can of the incredible Pulp Blood Orange Extra Pale Ale from Boneyard Brewing. Thanks to my friends at Belmont Station, located at 4500 Southeast Stark here in Portland, Oregon. As I said, $2.49 is what I paid for this 12-ounce can. This has a 6% ABV. Typically, American pale ales come in between 4.5 and 6.2 on the ABV scale. Now, I have been noticing this thing, extra pale ale, of late, and it's not so much. It's not imperial. It doesn't go above and beyond the ABV scale that an imperial does, but I've noticed that these extra pale ales seem to come in a little higher on the range of that 4.5 to 6.2. So this one has a 6% ABV, 40 IBUs. Typically American pale ales come in between 30 and 50 on the IBU scale. This beer, at the time of this recording, is not quite 4 months old. Let me read the description by the brewer on here. Let it be known, Incredible Pulp is the result of experimenting with a perfectly balanced extra pale ale built upon a Pilsner malt platform. From there, the calm subsides, replaced with a rage of blood orange puree for an in-your-face citrus explosion of aroma and taste. Don't let the pulp overwhelm your judgment. Alright, among the reviewing community, let's see. 14 of my friends have given this beer a cumulative score of 3.79. 12,000 of us have given it a cumulative score of 3.87 on Untappd. Beer Advocate has had, sorry, here it is, 65 rankings. With an average score of 4.07, an overall score of 89, makes it very good on Untappd's, on Beer Advocate's ranking. Boneyard Beer is located in Bend, Oregon, which is located about 166 miles southeast of the greater Portland area. Okay, the only thing I do actually want to point out about this beer is, if you see the upside down bottle here, Independent Craft, Nancy I'm sure will put up the logo for me. When you see that, you know that you're in fact drinking a microbrewery beer. You're drinking a craft beer and not somebody posing as a craft brewer. One more thing actually about Boneyard. I've only had 2 other beers from them. Back in February, I gave their Black is Beautiful Imperial Stout a 4.75. And in January, I gave their Diablo Rojo Amber Ale a 4.25. So between those two, I've actually, if it averages out, I've given their beers a 4.5 average score between those two. There you have it. One more thing I do actually want to say about this beer before I pull it out is that Blood Orange seems to be a very, very popular flavor amongst breweries lately. I've noticed it's been very popular. Sort of like the other day we had that cucumber beer, and I was thinking about the time when cucumber was so popular. Got a little breakout of the foam there onto my glass, so let's see how this pours. Alright. That is not quite as red as I might expect a blood orange beer to be, but it is definitely more orangey than you would normally expect a pale ale to be. Now, pale ales are kind of unique because they can almost fit into the amber category in some instances. They can be especially hoppy, they can be especially bready. They can go just about any direction, and what usually sets a pale ale apart from a standard, say, English pale ale is hops. More often than not, if you're wondering the distinction between an American version of a beer that came from another country, what usually makes it American is the presence of more and more hops. Now this beer I'm going to describe as having a medium-high carbonation. The color I'm going to describe as carroty, actually. I think is the best way to describe that color. It's carroty. A little more on the yellowish end of carroty, but still carroty nonetheless. We're not seeing much in the way of lacing. 6%, that could go either way. I'm going to give this a quick beard wipe, see what I encounter. I smell those blood oranges, that's for sure. The first time I ever had blood oranges was back in Italy, back in 1983. I was really, really impressed with the taste of them. That's just a truly unique flavor. I'm going to put my schnoz in and see what else I can encounter. Getting some malt, but more than anything I'm getting that almost candied orange aroma. Well, I don't see any reason to keep yapping my flap. I'm going to start drinking. Cheers. I will describe that as a medium-high mouthfeel. A little bit of spikiness to that, not overly spiky. Not noticing anything in the way of an alcohol burn. We definitely have the presence of blood oranges, but they're not overly, they're not taking over the flavor of this beer. This beer still tastes like a pale ale. A little more on the hoppy end of the pale ale spectrum. Let's see. I think this is a pretty good beer, but I don't know that it's anything exceptional. I'm going to go ahead and give this beer a 3.5. This is going to be one of the lowest. This is actually the lowest score I've given a Boneyard beer, and this isn't a bad beer. It's just nothing extraordinary. So anyway, it's going to get that 3.5. Going to get that extra 0.25 for arriving in a can for a cumulative score of 3.75 on the 5-point Untapped scale. Well, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and share. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Fat 50 and Running a Marathon. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers!